Quarter-finals time in the FAI Junior Cup in association with Aviva and Umbro. Welcome here to sunny Clontarf for the undoubted tie of the round between back-to-back winners in 2012 and 2013 Sheriff YC and defending champions St Michael's. We'll also have highlights of the other three quarter-finals. St Michael's again, I'm sure revenge, Johnny, is on your cards after last year.
There's no revenge in it, we're here to play a match. Michael's are a good side and they've proved it over the years. It will be a tough match, so we just want to win the match and get it over it,
You come into the game in great form, you're unbeaten all season, that must give you huge confidence.
Well, it's a good habit to get into, but at the end of the day you take each match as it comes, you treat your opposition with respect, and Michael's are not here by luck, they're a good side.
The defending champions against the team that won the previous 2 years. It doesn't get any bigger than this.
No, it doesn't, and it was a great experience for us last year when we were going to try and emulate again, but we always knew to do it again we have to beat what we consider to be the best side around outside of ourselves last year. Last year's match was tight encounter, very windy day. Football wasn't tremendous or great that day. I'd expect a tremendous game today. A lot of skillful players on view. Sheriff very strong up front. Both teams have good goalkeepers. So, exciting football, I'm hoping. The weather is absolutely wonderful for the occasion, quarter-final of the FAI.
You mentioned last year you knocked Sheriff out at the semi-final stage. It was a close game. I'm sure you're expecting the same today. Yeah,
last year was obvious. Neither team wanted to lose, and good football was at a premium. And it was a gem of a goal won it on the day. We'd take a deflection, anything today. It doesn't have to, but we're just delighted to be here. It's wonderful for the players. Memories created forever in these cups, It's a wonderful competition to be in. Every club all over Ireland wishes, they were here.
I'm joined now by pundit Alan Cawley. Alan, it's safe to say at this stage it's a shame to see one of these teams leave the competition.
It is, yeah, because as you said, Jared, certainly to tie it around. This could, ideally, you would want this as the final, especially in the Aviva Stadium, but that's the way the draw is panned out, so they face each other in the quarter-final stage, and as you say, one of them will go out today, so all the other 6 teams will be very happy anyway.
Two contrasting styles. Sheriff YC have scored 32 goals, while Michael's, they've kept 5 clean sheets out of 6.
They have, yeah, and that's what St Michael's have built their success on. They're very strong defensively. They have a lot of experience. James Chalky Walsh, as we all know, Paul Breen as well, so they have a lot of experience at the back, and that's what carried them all the way through to the final and obviously on to winning the trophy last year. On the other hand, Sheriff is here free-flowing, like to get the ball down and play, especially on this surface. It would suit them, and they've been scoring a lot of goals, so ultimately it's kind of, you would almost think it's attack v defence, but I think it's a little bit closer than that as well. Jared, 2 strong outfits, so they are, and it's all on the day. It really is. It's a tough one to call this match because they're so evenly matched, the teams, and it really will just come down to who plays the best on the day.
Thanks, Alan. Well, let's get into the action. Your match commentator is Bernard O'Toole.
And a check on the 2 teams, starting with the home team, Sheriff YC. Plenty of experience in this side. Indeed, 4 of this starting 11 with League of Ireland experience. The most recent of which, goalkeeper Lee Murphy, former Shelbourne and Bohemians goalkeeper. John Lester, the holding midfielder. Darren Dunn and Keith Dunn with League of Ireland experience as well. 8 of this starting 11 for St Michael's started in their semi-final victory last season. Park Quinn's away in honeymoon. Colin Bargary is injured. Russell Quirk has to settle for a place on the bench. Referee John Dwan leading an all Kildare team of officials. And so we're underway. A place in the semi-finals of the FAI Junior Cup up for grabs. Both sides cancelling each other out, both playing very similar systems. A back 3. With a holding midfielder just in front. As ever is Carr. Overlap being provided. It's an early ball in there. It's gone over the head of the goalkeeper and it comes thundering back out. Well, the closest we came to a goal. As the ball was whipped in from wide and the goalkeeper lost it in the sun. It was almost 1-0 to St Michael's. And that certainly has awoken the travelling fans. It's in the back of the net. 1-0 Sheriff YC. And as that was sent forward, it's tucked away. And it's advantage the Sheriff YC, and it's tucked away by Darren Dunn. And they score again early on here. And St Michael's.
For Sheriff YC, number 8, Darren Dunn.
Well, they've scored 16 goals in the last 3 matches, including a 6-1 victory here just days ago. And they strike first blood. Murphy in space, Paul Murphy. A little give and go. Paul Murphy's in behind here, may get a shot on goal now. Paul Murphy, and a good save by the goalkeeper Aaron Wall. Made himself big and strong. But it came all the way from the back, and as they backed off, Murphy with a give and go. And almost 2-0 to the home side. Good save. Higgins. Richie Ryan will chase, and he's done well to outmuscle the defender. Ryan in a good position, has a shot on goal, and it goes wide of the target. And it was Carr coming to him. And he only had eyes for goal. And the St Michael's fans applauding their team, because they haven't had too many sights on goal and shots on goal. Darren O'Brien. Higgins needs to be careful himself, and goalkeeper almost came out of a tangle, and at the end is knocked away by Higgins, who's not happy with his goalkeeper, and Cork feels he was fouled, and it's going to be a free kick as this challenge come in here from Joe O'Neill. O'Neill protesting his innocence, and the referee keeping it under wraps. John Dwan, head of Cork, has seen plenty of the action since he's come off the bench. Nice footwork by him, and the ball comes back to Walsh, who then releases it inside to Higgins. Flag is down. Good position now for Higgins. Sends it back across, and it's off the post, and it's off the post the second time. Well, 2 bites of the cherry, and almost 1-1 for St Michael's. You had to say that was coming. And Sheriff lived to fight another attack. And Walsh's ball isn't a good one. Now here's Darren Dunn. Still going is Darren Dunn, chasing a second goal in this fixture, and Walsh with the challenge. And it's not a good one, and it's a free in a good area, given away by the veteran defender. Well, it's Darren Dunn standing over it. It's well within his range to have a go from here. Dunn has a go! Almost 2-0, and it's over. Well, he did really well in the first half, did little wrong here with the free kick, and a let off for St Michael's. And once again the woodwork struck, this time by Sheriff YC. Buckley. As the Cousins Cork forward, Fahy through the centre, Fahy with the effort! And the referee has pointed to the spot. It's a penalty. And what's going to be the option here for the goalkeeper? Penalty the outcome for the challenge. But what's going to happen to the goalkeeper Lee Murphy? And it's a red card dished out to Lee Murphy. Well, high drama. We did think the second half business was picking up. It was Fahy through the centre, following good play by Cork and Carr. Goalkeeper came, took out the player, and now it's the end of the day for the former Shelbourne and Bohemians goalkeeper. So to get their replacement goalkeeper on, they're going to have to take someone off. Stephen Larkin's day is over, and the player coming on is Aidan McGrain. So Aidan McGrain only on the pitch. The replacement goalkeeper is going to face this penalty. And it's saved! Well, his first piece of action, the goalkeeper, was to get a big strong right arm to that one, and denied. And you're starting to feel perhaps it is going to be Sheriff's day. A really, really good save. Away to his right, scrambling to get across, and the 10 men remain 1-0 to the good. Swung in there, headed at the back post, and it's in! And it's James Walsh, the veteran. It's 1-1 in the cup quarter-final, and the defending champions are back level. Well, huge drama. Just look how much it means to the man capped 80 times for his country at junior level, and the man who lifted the trophy last year.
He had no option but to send him off, and then obviously Paul Tobin sets up and misses the penalty, and you think the chance is gone, but from the resulting corner, a great ball into the box, and there's James Chalky Walsh with a great header at the back post. And St Michael's now, if there looks like there's going to be a winner, it's going to be them. Obviously they've the man advantage as well, and they've got themselves right back into this game.
Green away, and free kick goes against the big defender for leaning into the back of Rock. Perfect conditions for a strike of the ball. Lynch, left-footed, has a go! And the goalkeeper was scrambling to get across. Has taken the nick on the way through. And there's a break now on with FAI. They're lining up to his right, but he couldn't spot them. And from a position of going forward, they have some defending to now. Paul Murphy goes down. Penalty. Murphy taken down. Well, we had late drama in the semi-final last year with that Brian Buckley goal. Keith Dunn steps forward late on, and is saved as well. 2 penalties, both saved. Huge drama in the FAI Junior Cup. Murphy heads it away. A mistake there by Walsh, and Breen tidies up back as far as Wall. His clearance isn't a good one, out as far as Dunn. And that's going to be another free kick given away by Tobin for the challenge on Dunn. And it's a yellow card dished out, and it's a second for Paul Tobin. And we're down to 10 against 10. Leicester has a goal from a long way out, stung the hands of the goalkeeper, and he claims at the second bite of the cherry. We're heading for extra time. Green a little bit short. There's a late challenge there by Lynch on Chris Higgins. And what's the call going to be here? And it's a second yellow card for Lynch. And just as was the case in the semi-final last year, Sheriff are going to finish the game here. It's just 9 men booted away by Walsh. Back in there again from Darren O'Brien. And there's a high challenge by Richie Ryan. And Richie Ryan gets a yellow card, and that's his second. And he's gone. And it's 9 against 9 with 2 missed penalties and 1-1 with extra time almost over and penalties on the way. First man up, Tom Fahey, the man who earned the penalty. And it's saved again by the goalkeeper, saving the first penalty in the shootout as he saved the penalty earlier on in the match as well. It's Darren Dunn, the man who opened the scoring a long time ago, and he puts it away. Advantage Sheriff after the first round of penalties. And Chris Higgins, the latest man for St Michael's, to try and beat Aidan McGrain, who saved already 2 penalties against St Michael's. And he saves another! His second save in the shootout to go with his save earlier on in the match. John Lester to keep the advantage going, and he does. 2-0 Sheriff YC. And it's looking like it may just be their day. Latest man to step forward and face McGrain is the substitute Russell Quirk, player who played at the Aviva Stadium last year in the final. Will he head back there? He puts it away, and he needed to. Alan McCabe stepping forward, and he puts it away. Another penalty scored. Flawless so far for Sheriff YC. Michael Ryan has to score this one, or else St Michael's are out of the FAI Junior Cup. Puts it away. Still alive for now, St Michael's. So it falls to the defender Joe Flood to win the day, but it's saved! And the roller coaster rolls on. They could be here for some time yet. So James Walsh, the man who lifted the trophy last year, has to score to keep St Michael's in the cup, and does. Pressure on the final kick from the veteran. Well, John Rock, who had a really good match but didn't score, scores! Sheriff YC go a step closer to a big day out at the Aviva Stadium, winning on penalties in a match that simply gave us everything. 1-1 after normal time. 2 penalties missed and 4 players in all sent off. Sheriff YC beat St Michael's. St Michael's out of the FAI Junior Cup.
Yeah, it's great. It was great to get a few minutes on the pitch, and credit has to go to Alan and Josie for telling me they done their research and they knew where the penalties were going to go. So
It was quite a match. How did it feel to play in it?
yeah, I was nervous at the start, but grew into it as it went on. Yeah.
Huge character shown by Sheriff YC to win here today.
Yeah, they did, because when I suppose their backs were against the wall in the second half, when St Michael's kind of got on top, they did show a lot of character. They had a couple of players sent off as well, but that's the fighting spirit of them, and they're champions in their own league, and obviously they've won this competition before as well. So no, all credit to them. They probably deserved it overall, you would have to say, but it was a niggly affair throughout. But Aidan McGrain was the hero on the day. He came on as sub and he made a name for himself, and fair play to him.
Well, Welcome back to Clontarf, where Sheriff YC have beaten St Michael's to book their place in the semi-finals of the FAI Junior Cup. Now here's a look at the highlights of the other 3 quarter-finals, starting with Will Downing at Moyross against North End.
A big day for both Moyross United and North End United. Even the train drivers on the Western Line, big football fans around these parts. It's with Kyle Dempsey, chance to lay it forward, it's a great ball, here goes Paul Murphy, chance with a narrow angle. Very good save by Paddy Hickey in the Moyross goal. Way by Dempsey again, conditions awkward today. Here goes Paul Murphy, and Murphy's through, he's past the last man, Grant Murphy. Good opportunity, centres it. Adam Berry's there, and another good stop by Paddy Hickey. Paul Murphy pointing the way, and it's Kyle Dempsey away here, and Dempsey centres it. It's into an empty net by Paul Murphy, and North End are in the lead. Very good finish, great break. So how do Moyross respond to this? They're under pressure again. Adam Beery, good save. Paddy Hickey with 3 excellent stops during this first half. Great crowds, some of them not even in the stadium. Launched long by Hickey, and it's got all the way through to Adrian Power. He's equalised. That's got the crowd up and going now. 11 minutes to half time, and Adrian Power brings Moyross level. Control by Barry Quinn, conditions very difficult now. Adrian Power, that's an excellent ball forward. Opportunities for James McNamara and for Barry Quinn, and he's been brought down by Robin Dempsey, and that's a penalty. So Lee Walker facing up to Barry Quinn. Quinn scores, and Moyross, who trailed by a goal to 0, are now 2-1 up. Launched long by McNamara, the back header didn't help. Lee Walker coming out, and he's dropped it. And he's chipped Ger Cronin, and that will be a penalty. No doubt about it. Barry Quinn scored last time. How about this with 20 minutes to go? Quinn against Walker again, and he's made it 3-1. Moyross well in control now. Come wide towards Beery, good cross off the bar. Has that caused Paddy Hickey some trouble? Robin Dempsey with the North End throw. This obviously a regular rail route, and trying to carve his way through as Adam Beery is brought down. It's a penalty. Now this could be a lifeline back into the game for North End. Paul Murphy from the spot, who scored the opener for North End, but they're 3-1 down now. He's made it 3-2, or has he? It's there, it hit the back stanchion, and it's a goal. Grant Murphy's throw, got good distance on it too. And Barry Quinn's through, this to seal it. Oh, he's put it over the top. That would have been 4. That definitely would have wrapped it up. Jason Swords, out wide for fellow substitute Lee Orst. Taking on Michael Carney, he's done very well. It's a brilliant cross. First time it's fallen back towards Murphy. Oh, wonderful save, Paddy Hickey. That denies the equaliser. It would have been 3-3. Corner it is, and a good deep one. Came off the back of Jason Murphy's head. Trying to recycle it. Long, it's Keith Carney. Goes all the way across. Here's John Fenlon, and it's there for 3-3. North End have equalised. Warren Broaders was in there as well. And it looks like we're heading for extra time. They've saved themselves. So Paul Murphy with the first penalty in the shootout. He scored it. Adrian Power. Oh, it's been saved by Lee Walker. First blood North End. Jason Murphy. Good penalty. 2-0. Michael Gearan gets one on the board for Moyross. And Mbiri scores. 3-1. Ken McNamara steps up. Good penalty for 3-2. Keith Carney. Oh, it's been saved. Another brilliant save by Bonnie Hickey. He's done it again. Keith Ryan. He's equalised for 3-3. Substitute Jason Swords. 4-3. Danny Colbert must score to send us to sudden death. And he has, 4-all. Paulie Hickey has saved a lot so far, but now he faces Leost. Steps up to score, and Hickey went the right way. Pat McCulloch to keep the shootout going. North End lead 5-4. Facing Lee Walker. And McCulloch's had it saved, and North End are into the semi-finals. And Lee Walker saves the decisive penalty, and North End are through 5-4. How dramatic was that after a 3-all draw?
Yes, we looked dead and buried there at 3-1. Things weren't going right for us. You know, very, very great, a very good atmosphere up here as well. But I'm just happy. Once we got back to 3-all, I just felt it was going to be our day. Especially in the first half, we probably should have been 2 or 3-0 up before they equalised. So great battle and spirit, very good team now. We would have lost a game like this 2 or 3 years ago. So that's what I'm really happy with.
First of all, I think the wind, it killed the game. But we're disappointed to let a 3-1 lead go. But nonetheless, we're very proud of our achievement to get to the quarter-final. Penalties, it can be a lottery sometimes, and unfortunately it didn't go our way.
Clonmel Celtic, founded in 1985, through to only their second ever FAI Junior Cup quarter-final, having lost to Kilbarrack United in the 2012 semis. A big day in the history of Sligo-based City United, who had seen off Crumlin United in a marathon penalty shootout in the last 16 to reach this stage. Early pressure on Clonmel Celtic with Graham Doyle penalised for handball. Stephen Hallahan's free kick didn't get far, but did open the door for Paul Lynch to set up a tight angle shot from City United captain Keith Nibbs to find the side netting. Tenacious play from Colm Jinks, setting up Christopher Kelly's strike from just outside the area, but Kieran Kendrick in the Celtic goal untroubled. After soaking up lots of pressure, the Suresiders in front after 23 minutes. Kevin Waters crossed from the right, teeing up David Joyce for a very well taken goal. He's 6th of the FAI Junior Cup campaign after scoring twice in their 10-0 second round win over Rosscray United, with a hat-trick following in their 9-0 victory against Galbally. This will kick off a frenetic final 20 minutes of the first half. Goal scorer almost turning provider within a minute for Shoney O'Hara, but United keeper Martin Ward recovering well. Clonmel Celtic had beaten Clonmel Town in a huge local derby in the previous round, and with the upper hand by this stage, O'Hara's dangerous cross evading everybody. Further Clonmel pressure before half-time, O'Hara feeding Kevin Waters, but denied this time. A series of half chances, almost bringing the Sligo outfit level, but Kieran Kendrick in the Clonmel goal, keeping a clean sheet up to the interval. Right on half-time, O'Hara's excellent release finding Joyce, but Ward in the City United goal equal to it yet again. Into the second half, and the Sligo club looking to get back on terms quickly. Niall McKenna finding Gareth Kelly, but Christopher Kelly unable to get properly behind his flick on, and how costly that will be. Quick thinking by Celtic goalkeeper Kendrick to get the ball out wide to Kevin Waters, and though Sean O'Hara would be denied by Damien Shannon, the combination of substitutes Ian Barnes and Brian Waters would set up O'Hara for a glorious finish. He does this quite a bit, we're told. His 10th goal of the campaign after scoring 4 against both Rossprey United and Slieve Dara. A quarter-final played in good spirit, even when it threatened to boil over. Kudos to referee Donald Power for keeping things calm. City United goalkeeper Martin Ward kept busy up to the end, first denying Kevin Waters' cross-come shot. Waters' excellent long pass had unlocked the Northwesterners for the second goal, almost doing the same here. An excellent setup for his brother Brian Waters, but Ward with another excellent save. Clonmel Celtic through to the semi-finals after seeing off City United 2-0.
The road to the FAI Junior Cup final may be long, but the Aviva won't be for Liffey Wanderers if they reach the decider. It's a stone's throw away from Irish Town. Founded in 1885, Liffey are one of the oldest junior clubs in the country and given a leg up in this quarter-final 10 minutes in, with Aidan Roach fouled by Ian Burke. The resulting free kick planted home by Lee Roach. Formed only 4 years ago, Donnycarney are the lowest ranked club left in the competition, playing out to the Premier A of the AUL, but Peter Hopkins' free kick coming very close to bringing them level. And just past the half-hour mark, it happened anyway. Tony Murray's cross, Mark Ludlow's flick on, Hopkins heading home. Delight for the club managed by former Bows player and Euro under-18 winner Thomas Heary. Donnycarney suddenly in the ascendancy, borne out by Murray's effort just wide. And Ludlow's free kick flying just over the top. A busy first half. 4 minutes before half-time, a brilliant ball forward from Stephen O'Callaghan, finding Aidan Roach, adjudged to have been the meat in the sandwich. Penalty for Liffey Wanderers, converted by Anto O'Connor. Still a chance for Donnycarney to equalise before half-time. Calvin Madden locating Tony Murray, denied by an excellent Philip O'Connor save. An uneventful second half, only coming to life with 10 minutes to go. Murray denied by O'Connor again. Though they've never won this competition, Liffey did claim the preceding Empire Cup 3 times in a row in the mid-1900s, and largely with their goalkeeper to thank late on, denying sub Alan Talbot this time, set up by Rory Everston, son of Terry. With Donnycarney pressing, they would always be liable to be caught on the counter, and Stephen O'Callaghan doing just that. Kieran Bizel's interception denying O'Callaghan, but not Aidan Roach. 3-1 for Liffey Wanderers, and they're into the semi-final draw.
Welcome to the Aviva Stadium for the FAI Junior Cup semi-final draw in association with Aviva and Umbro. I'm joined by Robert Kennedy from Aviva, who will draw the home teams, and Teresa McCabe from the FAI, who will draw the away teams. Over to you, Robert. And the first team out is North End United from Wexford, and they will play Liffey Wanderers from Dublin. The next team out is Clonmel Celtic from Tipperary. They'll play Sheriff YC from Dublin. Those games will be played on the 18th and 19th of April.
So we're off to the southeast for both semi-finals. See you then.